up, Joe?
Hey.
That's car, Joe.
Hey, I'm Joe, the street preacher, and I just want to let you know, check out my next video. These 6 things that the Lord hates, and I'm only going to talk about one today. So watch the next video. I'm at work right now doing my thing. Y'all know I drive nice cars and stuff like that. I just thank God for that opportunity.
It's murder that you want, you can murder me indeed. He said that's how much you made to me. Father, take this heart and love like you love me. You complete me, please, Lord, teach me, please.
He died for all humanity, though it was difficult to bring us back as family. Crucified as a criminal. You ever seen a dead body? Well, imagine hanging up there in front of everybody. Man, I said they spit on him and hit on him. He said don't hold it against them. Yes, I've forgiven them. I come to take this sin from them so we could become one again. His blood was spilled for this. It hurts to see his children out wandering in the wilderness. Simple minds and hardened hearts. Might be a different time, but sin still lurks the darkest part. That's why it's best to guard your heart. Been wounded by so many, Lord. It's hard for me to trust them. If you show me how to love them the way you love them, I love them. I don't want to misrepresent who you are, and there's no way I can forget who you are. Hey, remove all fear, anything that entangles me. You seen that I was lost and you came for me. I'm grateful.
We read the story of Noah, and we see how wicked they are. You know, you might ask yourself, Joe, the old world was wicked. I don't think we that wicked. Oh, you don't? You don't read the news, huh? You don't know what's going on in this world, huh? If y'all looked at my last video, the wrath of God is all over the world right now. Part 3, you know, I gave you a video. I normally give you a little video shoot. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do it in everyone, but sometimes I give you a video shoot so you can have a visual or get knowledge of what's going on in this world today. Because I know a lot of people work, you don't have time to read the news. Some people say, man, I don't want to hear the news, it's depression. And it is, it can be. You know, and I try not to, because sometimes I get caught up in the news, because I'm a type of person, man, I like knowledge, man. I like to research. I like to gain understanding of putting the things with the Bible and what's going on in the world today, because it gives me a better understanding. You know, sometimes it's good to know your history too, like what I was telling y'all before about the influenza. You know, now I understand about the coronavirus and the different waves, you know, but the ultimate understanding I have is God's understanding that this is the wrath of God. You know, so with that being said, is that when you read in the news, I gave y'all the clip of how in China, you know, how they was killing their own to be able to sell their organs, and they're killing a lot of innocent people for their organs. I gave you that, and I know you looked at it, and I know some of y'all looked at it and said, man, wow, I didn't know that was going on. You know, and that's not just going on in China, that's going on in Africa. You know, they beating you in the head, and they taking your body and they go take out the parts and go sell it. You know, they take it to certain people to know what they're doing, but they selling the body part. Innocent people being murdered for money. You know, that's going on in Mexico, man. Mexico doing the same thing, man. Tourists is coming over there and they coming up missing. The people over here don't know what happened to their people, and they finding their bodies and organs are missing. You know, so that's what this world is coming to, man. You know, for the love of money, man. People now, man, it was once upon a time for the love of money. You know, we would sell drugs to somebody, didn't care, you know, if we hurt them or damaged them or whatever. You know, and now, you know, we just straight butchering them for money, you know, so that I could be rich. That's what they're doing. So that I could be rich, I'm going to kill you. Yeah, that's what's going on. All right. That's a lot of murder. That's a lot of wickedness. That's a lot of corruption that's going on in this world. And God sits up high and looks low and see all that. He's been seeing that for a long time. A lot of us just finding out about it, but this been going on for a long time, and God is getting fed up. God has gotten fed up of that. Think about abortion. What are we doing in abortion? I know we're saying, oh, well, you know, I think the person has the right, you know, if they want to have that baby or not. You're killing that baby. You're murdering that baby. You know, the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 6, These 6 things the Lord hate. Yea, 7 is an abomination unto him. These are the things that God hates. He gives a list. One of them is a lying tongue and goes on. But the one of the ones that he says is hands that is quick to shed innocent blood. Those kids are innocent. Their heart is beating. And people are killing them. The abortion rate all over America is in the millions a year. You know how much blood is being shed? Do you even know what's going on? See, you think you just go in there and they just clip and that's it, you know? But it's not. If you need to understand exactly what is going on, what's taking place in that womb to that baby. Got a video I'm about to show. I want you to watch this video. If you could watch this video and after the video turn around and say, yeah, I'm pregnant, but I'm still going to get an abortion. Wow, you're a heartless person. If you could watch this video and you had abortion before and it don't make you say, God, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Wow, you're an evil person. Because this is real hard to watch this video that I'm going to show you and not come to the realization that's wrong. All right? Go ahead, watch it.
I yield back the balance of my time. The time of the gentleman has expired. We welcome our distinguished witnesses today. Do you and each of you swear that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And I'll now begin by introducing today's witnesses. The first witness is Dr. Anthony Levatino. Dr. Levatino is a board-certified obstetrician gynecologist. Over the course of his career, Dr. Levatino has practiced obstetrics and gynecology in both private and university settings, including as an associate professor of OBGYN at the Albany Medical College. And Dr. Levatino, we'll begin with you. Welcome.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to get right to it. Second trimester D&E abortions performed between roughly 14 and 24 weeks of gestation. Your patient today is 17 years old. She's 22 weeks pregnant. Her baby is the length of your hand plus a couple of inches. And she's been feeling her baby kick for the last several weeks, but she's asleep on an operating room table. You walk into that operating room scrubbed and gowned, and after removing laminaria, you introduce a suction catheter into the uterus. This is a 14 French suction catheter. If she were 12 weeks pregnant or less, basically the width of your hand or smaller, you could basically do the entire procedure with this. But babies this big don't fit through catheters this size. After suctioning the amniotic fluid out from around the baby, you introduce an instrument called the Sofer clamp. It's about 13 inches long. It's made of stainless steel. The business end of this clamp is about 2.5 inches long and 1/2 inch wide. There are rows of sharp teeth. This is a grasping instrument. When it gets a hold of something, it does not let go. A D&E procedure is a blind abortion, so picture yourself introducing this and grabbing anything you can blindly and pull, and I do mean hard, and out pops a leg about that big, which you put down on the table next to you. Reach in again, pull out an arm about the same length, which you put down on the table next to you. And use this instrument again and again to tear out the spine, the intestines, the heart and lungs. Head in the baby that size is about the size of a large plum. Can't see it, but you pretty good idea you've got it if you've got your instrument around something and your fingers are spread about as far as they go. You know you did it right if you crush down on the instrument and white material runs out of the cervix. That was the baby's brains. Then you could pull out skull pieces. And you have a day like I had a lot of times. Sometimes a little face comes back and stares back at you. Congratulations, you just successfully performed a second trimester D&E abortion. You just affirmed her right to choose.
One more question, Dr. Levatino. Why did you end your practice of doing abortions?
I did over 1,200 abortions over a 4-year period in private practice, not counting the ones that I did during my training. I met my wife during my first year of training at Albany Medical Center. We got married about a year later and found that we had an infertility problem. After years of failed infertility treatment and several years trying to adopt a child, we were blessed with adopting a little girl that we named Heather in August of 1978. As sometimes happens in those situations, my wife got pregnant the very next month, and we had 2 children 10 months apart. 2 months short of my daughter Heather's 6th birthday, she was killed in an auto accident and literally died in her arms in the back of an ambulance. Anyone who has children might think they have some idea of what that feels like, but unless you've been through it yourself, you have no idea whatsoever. I know people find it hard to believe, but what do you do after disaster? You bury your child and then you go back to your life. And I don't remember exactly how long it was after my daughter died that I showed up at Albany Medical Center OR number 9 to perform my first second trimester D&E abortion. I wasn't thinking of it as anything special. This was routine to me. But I reached in, literally pulled out an arm or leg and got sick. You know, earlier on I described stacking up body parts on the side of the table. It's not to, gross people out, to use a simple term. When you do an abortion, you need to keep inventory. You have to make sure you get 2 arms and 2 legs and all the pieces. If you don't, your patient's going to come back infected, bleeding, or dead. So I soldiered on and finished that abortion. And I know it sounds, as I said, hard for people to believe, but I'm telling you straight up my experience. You know, after over 1,200 abortions, first and second trimester up to 24 weeks and all the rest of it, and being very dedicated to it, for the first time in my life, I really looked. I really looked at that pile of body parts on the side of the table. And I didn't see her wonderful right to choose, and I didn't see all the money I just made. All I could see was somebody's son or daughter. And I stopped doing late-term abortions after that, and several months later stopped doing all abortions.
Thank you.
In your 10 years as a doctor, how many abortions have you performed?
So I provide a variety of different services, and
I'm not asking about the other services. How many
Right.
abortions have you performed?
So I can't tell you how many hysterectomies I've done, and I can't tell you how many abortions I've done. I've had a long career of taking care of people for a variety of
So
things.
you manage a facility. Can you tell me, or you're the medical overseer, can you tell me how many abortions the facility in Missouri performs each week?
I can tell you, and I believe it's publicly available, so I can give you a rough estimate of how many abortions we perform per year, which
what's
is,
that?
I think, roughly around 3,000.
How do you dispose of 3,000 fetuses every year?
So Missouri has a state law that requires that we send all of the remains of pregnancy to pathology. That's correct.
What about size of the unborn baby? Do you know the largest baby that you've aborted?
I'm not sure how I would even quantify that.
If I use the word fetus, do you know, you have no idea the age or gestation period of the fetuses that you're aborting?
So again, as I said, my practice includes abortion care through the point of viability, and as we previously discussed, that could be
Let
at
me put
any
it this way.
point. Yes.
Is there any point of gestation beyond which you personally would not abort a fetus?
You know, medicine is not black and white. I recognize it for them and their health.
In the absence of a law preventing it, would you abort a viable fetus?
Again, every patient is different, and I can't make any.
I'm just asking about a viable fetus. If the law didn't prevent it, would you consider it a limitation morally for you to abort a viable fetus?
So I think you're forgetting that there are a number of reasons that go into patient's choice.
I thought you, at your clinic, does it matter what the reason is for the abortion?
At my clinic, I trust that women have a valid reason. Every reason that they have is valid.
Okay, so given that you think that every reason is valid, would you abort a viable fetus if there was not a law preventing it?
Again, given that the reality for people choosing abortion is that there are many reasons, there isn't a single thing that defines somebody's choice. It is a reflection of their...
You seem to have a hard time saying this. This tells me you have a heart, or at least you know that people watching this have a heart, and they would be concerned if you would just admit, which you won't admit here, that you would abort a viable fetus for any reason if the law did not prevent it?
Mr. Massey, abortion is moral. It is important. It is health care. And I support people being the experts in their own lives and making
what you've said, we know that you would, but it does give me hope that you still know in your heart that's wrong. Mrs. Stuckey.
I'm not sure. Can I respond to that really quickly?
If you would answer my question, you could, but you won't. So I'm going to use my remaining time asking Mrs. Stuckey, should any reason be of a good reason for having an abortion?
Absolutely not. It's a child. It's a life inside the womb from the moment of conception onward. And I'm very troubled by how flippantly she said that there are 3,000 abortions performed every year of defenseless human beings, and the remark that abortion is moral.
Time has expired. I reckon
that kind of logic driving my lifestyle.
No, the time has expired. Answer. Go ahead.
I don't quite understand the logic of saying that killing a child inside the womb for any reason whatsoever is moral, is healthcare. In what other situation, besides when a child is defenseless in the womb, do we call killing someone healthcare? Do we call killing someone moral? Can anyone on the pro-abortion side tell me a situation outside of a defenseless child inside the womb in which it is morally justifiable to kill someone simply because they're not wanted? That's the answer that I would like. That's the question that I have. I unfortunately don't think anyone's able to answer it for me.
Look at this. I looked this up on Google. What I was looking up was how many abortions are there a year. And look what it says at the top. It says how many abortions happens in the world in 2018. 40 to 50 million abortions. Abortions worldwide this year. According to WHO, every year in the world there are estimated 40 to 50 million abortions. This corresponds to approximately 125,000 abortions per day. Wow. There are 40 to 50 million children murdered and butchered in the mother's womb, don't have a right to live, didn't get a freedom of choice. Wow, man. And we want to know why God is so angry. We want to know why the wrath of God is on America, why his hands is heavy on America. The very things that we don't look at, that we don't know, God has full knowledge of. People are killing, murdering innocent children, shedding innocent blood, the very thing that God hates. And they are killing 40 to 50 million children a year. This ain't right, man. This is why the wrath of God is falling. And guess what? It ain't going to stop. The coronavirus, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. Something else is coming. Something else is coming. Saw that video? Gave you some knowledge today. Some real knowledge. If you're pregnant and you're thinking about abortion, don't do it. If you don't want it, put it up for adoption, but don't kill it. If you got an abortion and you felt like what you did wasn't wrong, you need to get on your knees and ask God, the Creator, to forgive you for committing murder. Abortion is murder. Look at the girl on that screen. See that girl right there? She's pretty. She's very beautiful. She's my daughter. Her name is April. Back in 1985, I was dating her mom. And her mom calls me on the phone and says, I got good news. I need you to come by. So I walked up 3 blocks, went to her area, her house. She told me that she's pregnant. I'm like 16, going on 17. She tell me that she's pregnant. When she said those words, she was happy. But it's like my whole life at 16, 17 just flashed before me. I felt like, oh man, now if she's pregnant, we're gonna have to get married. I'm gonna have to settle down. I can't hang out no more. My life is gonna change. My life is over. You know, this is what the devil is putting in my mind. So I said, you gotta get an abortion. Because I don't want my mom to know I was doing anything, because I'm 16 years old. I don't want my mom to know I was doing anything. I don't want my mom to know, you know, that I got a baby on the way. We gotta go ahead and get an abortion. I don't have no job. I'm in school. I can't help take care of the baby. You know. She was hurt behind that. She ran in the house and I left. She told her sister. Thank God she told her sister. And her sister was bold enough to pick up the phone and call my mother and tell my mother, who my mother did not agree with abortion. Neither did the sister. And when they told that, by the time I got home, because it was 3 blocks away, by the time I got home, my mom scolded me about that and said, this is not going to happen. You know, I was young. I was stupid. I was ignorant. And I thank God for, because I believe that was God's hand in this situation to say, no, not this one, no. And we had the baby, man. And when I finally got a chance to see my daughter, you know, I was happy. Now keep in mind what you just saw in this video. I had no knowledge of that. I didn't know it operate like that. I don't understand nothing about abortion. But after getting saved, and after realizing that abortion is murder, and after realizing the things that I've done, you know, as far as the decisions I was making for that, you know, how quick I was to say, let's just do it, you know, get it over with. You know, after realizing that, it made me realize, man, I almost murdered my daughter, man. I almost murdered my beautiful daughter. I'm a grandfather today, 3 times by her. She has 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. If I would have let that happen, if that would have happened, my daughter wouldn't be here and my 3 grandchildren wouldn't be here. Joe, are you against abortion? I sure is. Because God revealed to me that is murder. You see that video? You see what's going on? How they take that thing and pull out a leg, then go back in and pull out another leg, then go back in and they ripping that baby apart. If the mother can hear that baby screaming, but she can't. Ripping, he is being butchered alive. He is being butchered. And it's not just him. It is millions and millions and millions. It's become popular to get an abortion. They tell you in school, if you're pregnant, just get an abortion. It's all because of money. Them folks don't care about you. They don't care about that kid. They care about that money that you are putting in their account. We're murderers. A lot of us that got that, and we were murderers. And we had a right, we had a nerve to talk about somebody else, and you are a murderer. All right. I'm telling you this. I'm not telling you this to look down on you, because, like I said, I'm guilty of that. You know, I am telling you this for you to repent, for you to understand why God is so angry of America and this world, because this world has become corrupt. It has become wicked, and the wrath of God is falling. But if you repent and turn from your wicked ways, you don't have to worry about the wrath of God falling. right? Don't cuss me out when I finally get in contact with her, man. Yeah, she's grown up now, man. Baby girl all grown up now, man. She ain't a little girl no more. You remember her, right? This April, man. This Patrick. Just say hi. He remember when he was little. Yeah, man. This little April, man, that used to come up to Florida. You remember? We said she grown up now, man. Got 3 kids and married, man. It's my little baby girl, man. See, look just like her daddy. All right, man. And that's her daughter, little April. She look like April, don't she? All right, man. So anyway, man, I'm gonna send this video to you, man. I'll holler at you, man. Be good, man. And yeah, I'm gonna send that to you, man. All right? I'll probably do that next week. All right, bro. God bless you, bro.
Yeah. Me and my dad are going to eat at McDonald's because tomorrow he's leaving and I can be able to spend time with him.
All right, go get in the car, mama. That's right, I'm leaving tomorrow. 2,000 weeks? I'm gone for 2,000 weeks? Huh? You videotape me now.
Come here, phone.
Don't mess it up. Hanging out with my daughter. You watching it?
Yep, I'm watching everything.
Hanging out with my daughter.
His best daughter ever.
My best daughter.
Mom called you.
Yeah.
Mom said hello.
You see yourself.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. God bless all of you who's watching this video and the people who are not. Goodbye.
Bye.